In the heart of the city, nestled between tall buildings and bustling streets, stood a library that had long been forgotten by time. The grandeur of its architecture had faded, and its presence had become a mere afterthought to the modern world. Hidden beneath the shadows of progress, this library held secrets that would send shivers down the spine of anyone who dared to venture within. Oliver, a curious and adventurous young man, found himself drawn to the forgotten library. Its dilapidated facade and ivy-covered walls exuded an air of mystery that called out to his inquisitive nature. With each step he took towards the entrance, a sense of anticipation and unease grew within him. Pushing open the heavy wooden doors, Oliver was greeted by the musty scent of aged paper and the creaking of ancient floorboards. The interior was dimly lit, the sunlight struggling to pierce through the thick layers of dust that hung in the air like a spectral veil. Tall shelves lined with books loomed before him, their spines bearing titles that whispered of forgotten knowledge and enigmatic truths. He wandered through the aisles, his fingers trailing along the spines of the books, as if seeking a connection to the stories they held. As he delved deeper, he noticed that the arrangement of the shelves seemed almost labyrinthine, as if intentionally designed to confound and disorient. Despite this, Oliver felt an odd compulsion to explore further, to uncover the library's long-buried secrets. Hours turned into twilight, as Oliver lost himself in the pages of books that seemed untouched by human hands for decades. The library's eerie atmosphere seemed to weave itself into the very words he read, lending an unsettling authenticity to the tales of mystery and intrigue. He read about vanished civilizations, unsolved crimes, and the obscure rituals of forgotten societies, all with a sense of growing fascination and dread. As night fell outside, the library's darkness seemed to intensify, casting longer shadows that danced across the room. Oliver's steps echoed through the quiet halls as he navigated his way through the stacks. Suddenly, a whisper reached his ears, a soft, indistinct murmur that sent a shiver down his spine. Turning around, Oliver found himself alone. The only company he had were the rows upon rows of books that stood like silent sentinels. He told himself it was his imagination, the result of spending too much time in the musty confines of the library. Yet, the feeling of being watched lingered, and the unease settled deeper within him. With a deep breath, he continued his exploration, determined to dismiss his own apprehensions. But the whispers persisted, growing more insistent, as if trying to convey a message. Oliver followed the sound, his heart pounding in his chest, until he reached a secluded corner of the library. There, he discovered a worn, leather-bound tome, its pages yellowed with age and its cover adorned with intricate symbols. The whispers seemed to emanate from the book itself, a chorus of voices that tugged at his curiosity. He hesitated, his fingers hovering over the cover, before finally succumbing to the irresistible urge to open it. As he read the words within, a sense of foreboding washed over him. The text spoke of forbidden knowledge, of a hidden world beyond the grasp of ordinary mortals. The pages seemed to come alive with tales of darkness and sacrifice, of secrets that had been sealed away for centuries. Oliver's mind swirled with a mixture of fascination and terror, unable to tear himself away from the sinister narrative. Time lost all meaning as he immersed himself in the book's pages. The whispers grew louder, echoing in his ears, as if the voices themselves were trapped within the text. Oliver's surroundings faded into insignificance, and the library's atmosphere became all-encompassing, suffused with an otherworldly presence. When he finally looked up from the book, the library had transformed. The shelves stretched impossibly high, disappearing into a vaulted ceiling that seemed to reach the heavens. The aisles had shifted and twisted, forming a maze that defied logic. Panic clawed at Oliver's chest as he realized he was trapped, lost within a labyrinth of shadows and secrets. The whispers had become a cacophony, an incessant chant that reverberated through the air. Oliver's mind was no longer his own, consumed by the stories he had uncovered. He felt as though he was a character within one of the books, his reality shaped by the sinister tales that surrounded him. Days turned into weeks, or perhaps it was only moments. Time had become a fluid concept, and Oliver's sense of self was eroding with each passing second. He was no longer sure if he was the reader or the read, the observer or the observed. The library had become a prison of his own making, a reflection of the narratives he had embraced. As the whispers grew louder, Oliver's own voice joined the chorus, his words merging with the stories that had consumed him. The boundary between fiction and reality had dissolved completely, leaving him adrift in a sea of darkness and dread. The library's shadows had become his only companions, and the secrets he had sought had devoured his very soul. And so, the forgotten library remained, its enigmatic aura drawing in unsuspecting souls who sought knowledge and adventure. They, too, would become lost within the labyrinth of stories, their identities merging with the narratives, until they, too, whispered in the stacks, forever entwined in the sinister secrets of the library's forsaken corridors. In the aftermath, Oliver struggled to reintegrate into a world that had moved on without him. The library stories had left an indelible mark on his psyche, and he grappled with the lingering effects of the narratives that had consumed him. Therapy and time slowly helped him piece together the fragments of his own identity, but he was forever changed by the ordeal. As for the library itself, it remained a place of mystery and intrigue, a reminder of the thin line between fascination and danger. The city's residents continued to be drawn to its eerie charm, each one risking the allure of its stories in pursuit of knowledge and adventure. But Oliver's tale served as a warning, a cautionary reminder that some mysteries were best left untouched, and that even the most captivating narratives could come at a cost. The library's whispers may have been silenced, but its secrets continued to echo in the minds of those who had crossed its threshold. And Oliver, forever haunted by the shadows and stories, moved forward with a newfound appreciation for the boundaries between reality and the chilling tales that wait within the forgotten corners of our world.